Oh no!
No!
Hey!
Hey everybody, welcome to another Schmoedown reaction here on Dedicated to Art. I am Nico Suave Regoli. Yes, I still work here, and I'm joined by Chris Doman for a big match here in the Ultimate Schmoedown Teams Tournament. We have Who's the Boss, the winners of last year's tournament, taking on Inky and the Brain, who were sort of a standout of last year. They've really come into their own this year, minus a few hiccups in terms of singles competition, but here we are. Chris, how do you feel like this match is going to go?
So, Rachel Silvestrini is one of the coolest people in the entire Schmoedown community. We love her here at Dedicated Art. I genuinely respect the hell out of you as a person, Rachel. I think you're the best. But I think kind of how we saw with yesterday's match with Sam and DJ, I just don't see it happening. Now, what I'm hoping for is that you guys will make Who's the Boss work for it and make them answer at least one or two questions in round 3. But I feel like that is the best case scenario. And Nico, I know you love your upsets, but there's about a 0.005% chance of that happening today.
So the approach I'm coming at this with is, when was this match taped? Because there are two different sets of horsemen that we were dealing with depending on when this match was taped. Were we dealing with the horsemen that were just coming off all those losses, especially with Mark Riley in the singles tournament? Or were we coming off the Orlando side of the horsemen, where they were really finding their momentum again, and where a Ben Bateman hopped up on pain pills was still able to knock out the kid Brendan Meyer with ease? So with that in mind, yeah, I'm kind of thinking Who's the Boss takes it. But again, in my opinion, it depends on when was this taped and what type of Who's the Boss are we dealing with.
I mean, yeah, and again, you know that I like to approach these things from almost a purely statistical standpoint. So I feel like even if Ben is a little bit slouchy, Riley might pick him up, or vice versa, because I know that these were all taped kind of around the same time. But we will just have to see, won't we?
Yes, we will, and we're going to see in about 3, 2, 1, press play.
You're the best. You're the best that ever did it. Will Smith made that movie, I Am Legend. You're a legend. The people in Ecuador know it. The people who are walking the Great Wall of China right now know it. The Facebook group knows it. That's the big one. And you know who else knows it? Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Fellas, we won this tournament last year. It's do or die here. The horsemen are in a tailspin. We both know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody
your question just got answered.
Everybody's shaking. There's a lot of clowns in this league who are trying to take stuff from us. They're trying to make their name off of us. Are we going to let that happen? We won't let that happen. Good. And for the first time in my life, I'm serious. All right. Get out of here. All right. That mirror thing I was just psyching myself up a little bit. You know, you look good.
When he said Ecuador, I thought for sure he was talking to JTE.
Same.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the movie Schmoedown. Ken, we are in the thick of the tournament.
We're getting the baseball announcer duo today.
Yes.
Against one of the all-time great 86.
Just a bit outside.
I'm sorry, they're not playing Tony Danza and Judith Light. They're actually playing against Mark Riley and Ben Bateman, managed by Tom Dagnino. Who's the boss?
Who's the boss, indeed, of that team? Dagnino thinks he is by contract, but really, this is where anything can happen.
I mean, technically,
we're just saying it to kill time. No,
yeah, wrong.
Anything can happen in tournament play. This is where pressure and the competition, the stress of that mounts and comes to a fever pitch.
You know what, Nico? I'll give you this.
Today we could be
if Late to the Party versus Critical Acclaim hadn't happened,
and you look at what a lot of the fans who participated in our bracket
I think you will be a little more
a lot of people
always in
betting
favor
on
of the quote-unquote more dominant
coming
team.
into this match with a little more experience, and I think they're getting credit for, particularly when you look at Rachel.
That's one way of looking at it.
This close to defeating John Roca, the Outlaw. We know he has ties to Who's the Boss. So when you look at her partner in crime, Mr. Stewart, is he going to be able to step up to the task today to complement, to be the Inky to the Brain, or to be the Brain to the Inky? I'm not sure how that relationship works.
I don't understand science either, but I'll say this.
That's up to the managers to decide in the draft.
That when they hit the right categories, the game is there. Rachel has a lot of different categories, and if Devon hits Will Smith,
he loves him.
It's over
big
for
fan.
whoever's on the other side. He's a great competitor. He may or may not have been British at one point here, and I thought he was British. I think he brings just a ton of charisma to the game, and
the Kingsman.
This is going to make for a very fun match.
Yeah, and now the
Marley
other
and
people,
me.
in this match, I hear that they're famous, that they're of some note. I mean, if you
I brought that up to Devon when we met in LA once, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that happened."
Knowledgeable star that we had in the league, and he is
and he just laughed it off.
Who of late has been on fire.
How perfect that Mark Riley is in this match. I might have to talk to him about it this Friday.
He is one of those uncrowned champions.
That may or may not be a teaser for something.
As part of the team match, Nerds Watch versus him and Guy, and everyone looks at him and says, "This kid's got it." And I think so. He has a great resume built on success here in the Schmoedown, but he wants the big win, and he's now part of the Horsemen, and he's got these people in his corner that I think might give him the boost to really get over that edge and be one of the legends in the league.
We've long thought Ben Bateman to be a Rain Man of movie trivia knowledge. Can Mark Riley be the Tom Cruise that takes him to Vegas and cashes it in and moves on in the tournament? We are about to find out. We had a pregame interview with each team. Let's see what they had to say.
I know.
Who won the tournament last year? We did. Who's going to win the tournament this year? We are.
Could we get Horseman versus Horseman at the Spectacular?
I'd be okay with it.
And how will Dagnino do the managing?
We took the tournament by storm last year. Steamrolled everybody, including corruption. We took the Shire Wolves to the brink.
None of it matters. We're coming back with an edge. We're here to win the tournament, and that's it.
We're going to come in here with the same attitude as we did last year. Inky and the Brain? Who's Inky and who's the Brain?
It's Rachel and Devin, and we really, really want this. We're going to advance. We're going to win.
You said that with a question mark. We're going to advance, and we going to win, because that's what we do.
Inky and the Brain staking their claim here with a big victory.
Well, we beat the movie guys. That taste was so sweet. I could just about taste it on the tip of my tongue, and I want it again. And if I have to go through Riley and Ben, sorry guys.
We don't really care, to be honest.
And now I hold the dubious distinction of managing two teams to the championship.
Tom's been pretty narrow-sighted with who his guys go against. He thinks that all of their matches are just going to be nice little walks in the park, and Roca got his ass beat a little bit. Came out winning, but he came out with some bruises and a cut lip. I'm pretty sure that Mark Riley is going to be the weak link. He lost to Stacy. I mean, she's a powerhouse, but he lost.
That loss. It's a streaky Stacy Howard. Listen, now I'm looking to the teams tournament, all right? Because this one really made me upset. I have no more time for this stuff. No more time to talk about polls and talk about Facebook posts and talk about burnt out or has been. This is what you're gonna get, winning.
I mean, she does bring up a good point. We kind of know what to expect from Ben and Rachel. We kind of somewhat know what to expect from Devon. Riley's the outlier here.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, can you take a look at Rachel and Devon, and they're looking at not being overlooked because they want the respect. So they're entering this match not just to advance in the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament. They're looking for a modicum of respect. And Tom Dagnino,
boy, that Friday match.
Not ready to give it to him.
Absolutely. As far as like being overlooked, that's like me at a 7th grade dance. You want to be people's choice.
Been there before.
Well, depending on
it's a
today
tough road
goes,
to
will
hold,
it be
but
the
yeah,
third
Dagnino-
KO ending we've seen this week?
Sorry.
That's
Continue,
okay.
please.
There's no.
I mean,
so I think
I give the Scream Queens credit.
Well, I
Obviously, I'm rooting
celebrate
for
the
Time
names of the
Machine,
entire
but
catalog.
That's
I-
Brian Adams from Canada. Here in
Summer-
America,
I give the
ultimate
Scream Queens the benefit of the
Schmoedown.
doubt.
Okay,
Ken, we're going to move
yeah.
on from your 7th grade memories.
Yeah, Dagnino's he's the other X Factor here. X Factor meaning that's a lot of the movies he made in the 70s, but also he's in that corner. He'll call for a challenge. He'll run in. He can get in the other team's
You
brain.
think managing is going to play a role in this match, don't you?
In this one here, yeah.
All right, well, we go to the tail of the tape, and if you kick off with who's
Speaking
the
of
boss, I would say
managing,
one of
I've
their
been wondering
strengths
this
is
all
having
year.
Tom
Where is
Dagnino,
Jack
and with
Hind?
that comes a great knowledge
Was
of
he
the
not
films
supposed to
Predator
manage
and
Inky in the
Predator
brain
2.
this season?
Absolutely.
Like,
A lot
what
of
happened
action
to him?
movies, of course, in Ben Bateman's brain, and scores and
He's
soundtracks.
too busy
Mark
throwing Dorian
Yodi
under the bus at
Riley has
screenings
this
in L.A.
uncanny
Oof.
ability to hum songs from movies that you didn't even know had songs or scores
Dorian,
or
watch The
soundtracks.
Shining.
When it comes to
Yeah.
scores and soundtracks and having a magnificent hairline past the age of 40, Inky and the Brain, they are really good at romantic kind of movies, but
Rom-coms.
also you mentioned Will Smith.
Will Smith.
I just got word Will Smith himself is not in the building today. He had prior obligations, but his wedge is on the wheel.
Will
That
we get
could
another
factor into
Emperor's
round
New
number
Groove
2.
reference?
That's an X factor in the favor of Inky the Brain. If I hit that there. On
We
the
are ready to go. Ken Knapsack, you
goodness.
prepped?
Yes, sir.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the
Trivia
movie Trivia
Schmoedown.
Schmoedown. Okay. The Platinum Throat of Ken Knapsack introducing each team. Ken, at your ready.
Platinum
I
throat.
thought it was a silver throat.
Introducing first, with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats. This is Rachel Silvestrini, Devon Stewart, Inky, and the Brain.
There's Rachel. There's Mr. Stewart.
I never actually watched that show.
Look at this. Look
Oh,
at
it's
the
a-
moves. They got
those
the
jokes
high
still
five.
hold
Well executed there.
Really should.
I like that guy.
And
yeah.
putting out the vibe.
Work it.
Look at that.
That is.
I mean, I was more of a Hey Arnold and Cat Dog kind of guy.
At the bar. In Dumb and Dumber.
Great
Inky
shows
the
in their
Brain
own
has
regard.
emerged. Ken, my question to you, who are they competing
I need to bleach my eyes now from seeing that.
Their opponent, with a record of 4 wins and 2 defeats and 1 knockout, led to the arena by the diabolical Tom
Congratulations,
Dagnino,
Chris. We're not getting a
representing
copyright
the
strike.
5 Horsemen, Ben the Boss Bateman, and Mark Yodi Riley. Gucci's here, Riley's here, Bateman's here.
There's Riley, there's Bateman wearing their sunglasses.
Look at that. Look
Devin
at
has a board
that.
up that says boo them.
I hear some boos, I hear some cheers.
Applaud 'em. That's what you do.
Egging on the crowd with the boos, but this is Who's the Boss, too.
I am
Very
not
well-respected competitor.
sure what Tom is dressed. It looks like he batted 452 in the 1913 World Series, but
Tom Dagnino. I will point out Tom Dagnino did have a Hot Shots Part 2 hat, and that is a collector's item I would
So
like
as
to
you all
see
saw,
on
I
eBay.
actually missed one yesterday because I got in my own head.
We
Will it
have
happen
Who's the
again?
Boss and
Probably.
Inky and the Brain seated. Welcome to the movie Trivia Schmoedown, Ultimate Schmoedown
Damn it, Chris
Tournament
Rock.
And
teams. Here's
that
the
was not
rules
on
in this
yesterday's
3-round
show, but I
match
still
in
work
round
here, so.
Number 1. The field.
Yes,
The
Nico,
competitors
you
can
are
hear
still
8
here.
questions from 8 different categories of movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Scheduling
know-how. Your
when
first
Case
question
has the night shift.
and your last question, and every question therein is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for
And
missing a
this
question.
college
There's no
semester
stealing in
cannot
round number
end
1.
soon
As soon
enough.
as we ask the question, each
Though I'd prefer it
single
end
competitor may now
after
only
I
compete
get
for
my
knowledge
senior
in round
research
number 1.
project
Has been
done,
50
not
seconds
before.
right on your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show
Luckily,
what you
season
wrote
7.
in good handwriting on the whiteboard to the
Next to
camera
no
and
issues.
to us at the same time. You
Hopefully.
verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question right, you want us to repeat it, you just want to buy yourself another 15
Is Luna
seconds.
trying to chew on
Each
your
one of
cable?
3 JTE rules. You also each have one challenge as a team
no, she's not even on the
at
couch.
any point throughout the match. So I will simply ask
Here, I can move the
teams, are you
laptop
ready
up
to
a little
compete?
bit.
Starting with you, who's the boss? Ben, Mark, you prepped and ready to go.
You know, Mark, I just wanted to congratulate these guys in front of everybody. It's a big step to play your first match in a tournament, and it'll be exciting for you guys who have had one match. So, you know,
They had a match last year.
we're ready to go. Yeah,
that's a yes.
Yeah, feels like an underhanded. I was sensing compliment at first, ended up not paying off. Inky in the brain, Rachel, Devin, you guys have any last words before we start the match?
Just so this old man knows, I put some salt in his Jello.
Oh boy, that's never good.
Ooh, I like that.
Rachel,
We're ready.
they are ready, and with that, let's get
Terrible
ready to
insults.
Schmoedown!
Terrible insults.
There we go. Kicking off the questioning will be the good cop to my bad cop, Mr. Ken Knapp.
Absolutely. I wish the camera could get a shot of John McGraw in the dugout over there. All right. First question comes in the category of dramas. Who plays Brie Larson's son, Jack, in 2015's Room?
Kicking off
Not,
with a,
not the Room.
I'm going to take a guess
yeah,
here.
I had to watch that. Ashley Mova, Dennis Zen, and I watched that last year on camera.
That's a great job. You get it?
What a story.
Sometimes
See, Devon's
it
writing a joke right now.
causes
He's
me
gonna tell a joke
to
'cause he doesn't know the answer.
tremble.
Looking for
Oh, I had
answers.
Asa Butterfield.
Tremble.
Jacob Tremblay.
That's correct.
All right, Rachel Silvestrini.
Small boy.
Small boy.
correct.
Mark Riley.
Jacob Tremblay.
He had it, Devon, or was he writing a joke?
Holy!
That wasn't a joke.
Devon had the same thing I
That was an
did.
actual guess.
Hey, that's not a joke. That's a nice guess. Way to go.
All right, so
Yeah,
it is
no, that's a
2-0
good guess.
early
Just
in the
incorrect,
match
unfortunately.
in favor of Who's the Boss. We move on to action-adventure films, and your question. Timothy Olyphant stars as the lead in what 2007 film based off of a video game series?
Absolutely. I like
Your
that.
favorite video game as a youth? Were you allowed to play such things?
As in the youth,
In kids' movies?
it was probably
Wait,
Micro League
when was Ken a youth?
Baseball 64.
It's a big Tecmo Bowl.
I can't hear the name Oliphant anymore without thinking of the Oliphants in Middle Earth.
Looking for answers, starting
You're
with
welcome.
Rachel.
Hitman.
Good bullet. We got
Oh,
zero.
I thought it was Zathura.
Riley had it. Did Devon?
Hitman.
Devin had Hitman.
I didn't have it.
Ben Bateman
Oh,
didn't have it.
Ben!
All right. Wow. Team action.
Wow,
the
that
Action
is
Army.
That is some.
Hannah's going to give
that
him
is
shit
some
for that.
hubris
Oh,
from
yeah,
this
he
man.
is.
He didn't write anything either.
All right.
Collective gasp.
Okay. Decorum. Question 3 comes in the category of crime picture. The 1990s crime thriller Entrapment stars Sean Connery and whom as the female co-lead.
Very good grammar there. with
Yeah,
the whom.
I watched this trailer section of it on VHS.
Shoot.
I remember that happening in a
Still
theater
one of the
and
sexiest
people
women
getting
alive. Fight me.
excited for the
5, 4, 3, 2,
Catherine
and 1. Look for answers.
Zeta-Jones.
Yodi.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Julie Anders, damn it.
Devin.
The femme fatale, Catherine
There we go.
Zeta-Jones.
Did Ben Bateman have this one?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes, he did. Did
Okay.
Rachel?
Slow start, but Catherine Zeta-Jones.
All right.
But to be fair, now I want to see what that movie was like in the
And Inky and the
60s
Brain
with Julie
fans
Andrews
making
and Sean
themselves
Connery.
known.
That would be awesome.
5-3. Your next question is in the world of new releases. And your question is simple to the point. Who directed Aquaman?
My man.
Or as the Simpsons comic book guy refers to him as Aquaman.
Oh, shoot, I'm forgetting his last name.
Aquaman, we live in
Not two, but
5.
not two, but
4, 3.
not two, but
3.
Hey, Hannah, going to you
James
first,
1.
Devin.
Now I remember it. Damn it.
James won.
Had it. That's a
correct.
point. Does Ben Bateman?
James Wan.
Yes, he
I
does.
knew it was a
Rachel got
J
it.
name,
Jason
and then was just like,
Jason
what's the last
Wan,
name?
not the guy.
Oh, Rachel.
Riley had it.
Rachel.
7-4
Darn
in
it.
favor of Who's the
Justin
Boss.
Lin was popping into my head. John Cho.
Question
but,
5.
like,
Question
couldn't
5.
get the wrong.
All right.
Couldn't get the right guy.
Fantasy sci-fi is the category. Fantasy/sci-fi.
You liked that movie, though, I thought.
Chris Columbus directed
Actually, no, I
Robin
don't.
Williams in what 1999 sci-fi
There was a.
Wow. That is a...
Two famous people is that movie.
Absolutely.
I hope I'm getting the right year.
You're not. Actually, you probably are. You wrote enough. You might be onto something.
5, 4, 3, 2, and
Bicentennial
1.
Man.
Starting with
Flubber.
Bicentennial Man.
That's correct.
You got it.
Bicentennial Man.
That's correct.
Does Riley have it?
Man, Bicentennial.
Man!
Bicentennial. I don't know if I spelled it right, but Bicentennial Man.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay.
Got it. All four of them.
They're keeping up.
It is 9-6. Inky and the Brain giving Who's the Boss a run here in round number 1. Your next category is comedies.
This is not a big deal.
Giggle, giggle, giggle.
I think this was
Who
a
played
big
the
deal.
lead 17-year-old Veronica Sawyer in the dark comedy Heathers?
Yes.
I can only think of the
Some of the
Paramount
critics
Network
think
series that got
so
canceled.
I asked a question that was untoward.
Dirty pool. 5.
Think Beetlejuice. Think Stranger Things. Think.
And 1 pen
Too late.
down. Looking for
Winona
answers.
Ryder.
Evan, Rachel.
Winona Ryder.
That's right.
It is.
Winona Ryder.
That's
Nice.
Devin?
Oh, my bad. I picked a different white woman. Natalie Portman.
Winona
You're a little
Ryder
too young.
it
Right.
is.
Over there.
Didn't she play? Who was it? Heathen? What was that movie she played? It was like that. Heather. It was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Thinking
No,
of
that's the-
Star Wars
She's in a movie
Episode
called
1, The Phantom
Hesher.
Menace.
No, I'm thinking of Hesher. Hesher. Yeah.
All right, all right.
Jackie, maybe, just like, you know, girls' names or something.
Winona Ryder is the,
Okay.
the answer.
Sure.
I know forever. And we've got an 11-7 game here
Sure.
as we go to question 7. Question 7 is in the category of animated
am I still
pictures,
perfect?
Animated pictures.
Yes.
You'll find
Nice.
the character of King Triton in what Disney animated
Okay, if I got this wrong, I should probably
Wow,
just
the
leave.
crowd. A ripple goes through them.
Yeah,
They
let
think this is
from
too
the
easy.
crowd.
Yeah. A lot of Disney Plus
Well,
subscriptions.
it's a good thing we're
The
getting these
crowd.
questions for our upcoming normal
Four.
contenders match. Huh?
Enjoy the wild world of Jeff.
Two,
True.
Goldblum.
1. Here we
The
go.
Little
The
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Riley.
That would be the Little Mermaid.
That's
Nice.
correct, sir. Mr. Stewart,
The Little
you've got
Got it.
Who's the boss? Ben Bateman.
The Little Mermaid.
We got it. Rachel,
Still
close
have a
it.
crush on him, the Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. All right.
Yep.
Lucky man.
13.
Well, you got a crush on King Triton?
9. 13-9.
13-9. We go into your final
Um,
round number 1 question, and that is
okay.
going to come from the category of Patreon question. Andy Schick, give him a
Hey.
hand. One of the all-time
Thank you, Andy.
great movie trivia Schmoedown patrons. Andy Schick. He wanted a question in the category of horror
Slash.
thrillers, so we'll do that for you. Thank you for your support, Andy. If you want to
Thank
check
you.
out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon, select which tier is right for you. Maybe someday in the future, I will say your name during a match. Like I said, Andy Schick's name. In the world of horror/thrillers, the question is, the 2007 double feature Grindhouse featured Quentin Tarantino's film Death Proof and what Robert Rodriguez film?
The superior half of the double feature,
It is. Big fan of that double R.
and it's a solid freaking movie.
I'm just going to put a joke answer
Okay.
and say, grind car.
We got to repeat.
Question.
And
Planetary.
your question once again.
Oh.
The 2007 double feature Grindhouse.
But we know I'm
Quentin
wrong.
Tarantino's
Yeah.
film Death
It's
Proof.
Planetary.
And what Robert Rodriguez film? This is one of those situations. Buy yourself another 15.
I will make it a habit in
And it goes
2020
from
to watch
what's
regular
the lobe in
movies.
The back of your head.
The-
It gets it to the frontal lobe.
The back-
hypothalamus.
The back door
5,
lobe. Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And sorry, Devin, I know you had to buy yourself some time, and we have to start with you. Did you have the answer?
It was like gun leg.
There might have been a gun leg in the film. That was not the name of the movie.
She does have a gun on her
Does Ben
leg.
Bateman know the name?
Planet Terror.
It was Planet Terror.
Planet Terror.
Rachel had it. Does Riley
Thank
to
you,
close
Rachel.
out round number
I
1.
don't know if you're aware, but Perfect Round, Planet Terror.
Perfect round for Mark Riley.
Ah, for Mark Yodi Riley.
Some people were doubting Riley
Yeah.
after
Come on, Riley,
his
get that.
early singles match exit against Stacey Howard and
Yep.
Mark Riley. He is back, and he might be back to
Back,
stay. He
baby.
has a perfect round at number 1. So now Mark Riley has a bonus question that is asked to him.
So I think our
and only
question
him,
was
Riley,
answered
no
by
writing
Riley.
necessary. You just have to answer this question. Ken, come up with something.
All right, here we go. Just for you, Mark Yodi Riley. Look right into my eyes. Who directed
Ooh, hello.
Mel Gibson in The Patriot?
Director of one of the worst films I've seen this year, Roland
Oh, he
Emmerich.
puts his sunglasses back on quick.
isn't he?
Roland Emmerich.
That's correct.
Hey,
All right.
way to build suspense there.
You know what? You know what? It's the glasses. Those are
is.
Edith from
It
Home.
is.
That's the Spider-Man glasses.
New Google glasses.
Because you notice he didn't have it until he put the glasses back on.
He had to put the glasses back on as the
good
competitors.
theory. I'll tell you what, if this was Reddit, I'd buy it.
We reset, and now the teams can join their
So I
members
think
on that side of the desk as we move into round number
I
2,
think
known as the wheel round.
all
The
members
Wheel
of the
Fate,
Horsemen have
Doom,
had
and
perfect rounds now.
Justice on that wheel. You're going to see 10 categories from 10 different
Riley's
corners
had
of
perfect
movie
rounds
trivia,
since, like,
Schmoedown,
2017.
know-how. Once you settle on a category,
Oh.
you're going to get 6
There was a match,
questions in
in
that
Wolves of
genre.
Steel.
Each
He
question's
got a
worth 2
perfect
points.
round. I think
There
it
is no
was,
penalty for missing a question. However,
Oh,
there
yeah.
is
You're right.
stealing
You're right.
available in round number 2.
But this year,
If
yeah,
you know
now
the
everyone's
answer, you
got
can
one.
ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1.
Because I think,
And
yeah,
we'll
that's
lose the
probably his
boss and
first
Inky in the
perfect round
brain.
of the year.
Locked in this matchup, 16-10 is the score. Who's the
There's
boss
a
is
lot
the
to
favorite,
remember.
and
I know.
they are
And I'd rather
currently
not say
leading
anything
their
to get
higher
myself in
ranked
trouble
opponent.
again because
So
of
who's
lack
the
of
boss?
research.
Do you want to spin first, or do you want to defer to Inky in the
It's
brain?
okay.
Deferring
We're
here, one of the
Not sure if they
okay.
even heard
We're
me.
gonna defer. They're gonna go
Defer.
first.
All right, they're going
right.
first, and let's have a shout out because the wheel is sponsored.
That's right.
Well,
A
the
wheel-
wheel slice.
A wheel slice.
It's a wheel slice.
A wheel slice for today's match
wheel
was
slice.
sponsored by one of
Hey,
our
Devon, did you
Schmoedown
see Will
patrons.
Smith's on the wheel?
Yeah.
The sponsored wheel slice for today's match is Clint Eastwood.
So,
Clint Eastwood.
yeah, somebody's gotta
We'll
spin
reveal
Clint
the
Eastwood.
name if they end
Spin
up
it, and they have to keep the category.
Keep the
so if somebody
category.
wants to keep Clint, or they get
I have
stuck
a
with
feeling
Clint.
it would be a second spin that gets the category.
All
here
right,
today.
okay. Devin has put it on Will Smith. You do still have to spin the wheel, sir.
Yeah.
Spin.
You get it a
we're
lot.
all
I'll tell you what, you
fans.
get it a
Spin.
lot.
We
God
are
is with you.
All fans of that gentleman's
All
work.
right, here we go.
Here it comes.
We're
I
good.
feel like Devin's putting too much pressure on this.
Come on, Devin.
He's got it. All right, he's doing that's a good spin. That's a good spin. It's a nice, calm, collected spin.
Can
Oh.
Does do it?
worked.
It almost worked.
A little more
Releases.
juice might have done it. New releases. Are they going to keep it?
New re-
Are they going to spin
You
again?
want to keep it or use your mulligan?
You good? Oh, okay, all right.
They're confirmed. We are going to need an answer shortly.
Luckily,
here.
they don't have a Tom Dagnino to take up more time.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to spin again. They're going to spin
Spin it
again.
again. Spin it
Here we
again.
go. Here we go.
Actually spin it this time.
All right,
I
he's
believe
going
in
to
his magic.
do that again.
Okay.
Give it a spin it. You're ready. You may use the peg.
Hey, I love that spin. That's a good style. Very.
But it's not gonna be Will Smith.
Oh, it almost worked
Oh,
again.
movie roll.
Oh.
Here
Ouch!
you
should have stuck with the
go.
first.
Ouch
Movie
count.
release
Population you, bro.
Ken, here's what we know about the category movie release dates. It is all-time Schmoedown legend Scott Mance's favorite category, Ben Bateman also, and Mark Riley for that matter, a student movie release dates. However, it is Inky in the Brain who's going to get the first shot.
Yeah, I'm having
Movie release
flashbacks
dates.
to
So,
yesterday
movie
now.
release dates. Ken Knapsack will be administering these questions to Inky in the Brain, your first of 6.
Here we go. Stand by.
Well, at least
stand by.
at least
First question,
the
Inky in the
Inky
Brain.
Brain get to answer round 2
Fast
questions.
Times at Ridgemont
That- this
High
is true.
was released in what year?
1981.
Talking about the movie, not the book.
Devin just knocked over his microphone.
Gonna need an answer soon in a 5.
Multiple choice.
All right. A, 1989. B, 1983.
I'm sorry,
C,
82.
1986. D, 1982.
They all sound like the same number.
Gonna need an answer
You good? Go
in
for it.
5.
86.
Incorrect for Steele. 89, 1983, 1986, 1982.
Look at them acting like they don't know it.
All right. Need an answer in 5, 4.
1982.
That's correct for 1 point Steele. 1 point Steele.
All right, and
All
so
right.
this is what you would expect. Who's the boss to do with that category? Inky in the Brain needs to step up.
All right. I'm going to name 3 movies. Give me the year in which they came out.
Wheel is
Basic
double.
Instinct, The Crying Game, and Alien 3 all
1992.
came out in what year? Confirming, but I need an answer shortly in 5,
Do multiple choice.
4. A, 1992. B, 1990. C, 1994. D, 1996.
96?
That is incorrect for Steele. A, 1992.
They keep going for the sixes.
1990. C, 1994. D, 1996.
1992.
We got a 1 point steal for
All right,
Who's
so
the Boss.
18-10, Ken, and now we're looking at a potential
You guys better
knockout
spin Disney,
territory
that's all
here.
I'm saying.
But Inky in the
right.
Brain still has plenty of room to make up if they can get some movie release
You don't
dates.
know.
right.
You don't know what year is coming down the pipeline. All right, question 3 out of 6. what year did the very first movie in the Fast and Furious franchise, The Fast and the Furious, start off this successful franchise? All right, they might need to take a big swing here.
2001.
Might not get them,
Check the multiple choice if you want, but
they
it doesn't
could.
help you.
It's like checking down, you know.
I mean, I had it like stuck between 2000 and 2002. It was just so right range.
That is
Oh,
incorrect.
Devin, Devon, why?
Oh. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to end it. I'm just going to end us right now. Just
3, 2, 1.
2001.
That is correct. A 2-point steal.
2 points, and so, okay, Ken, it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
Inky and the Brain has 3 movie release date questions right. Even if there was to be a steal, because points can change hands in round number 2, I do believe that the hand of Who's the Boss is going to be forced to at least spin the wheel and answer a couple questions. But,
it's
again,
possible.
firmly knockout territory unless Inky and the Brain can make some magic happen with these last 3 questions.
All right,
Yeah, like my last cholesterol report, things are not looking good. Here we go. Question 3. The Michael Douglas film, The American President, was released in what year?
1996.
They are conferring. They need to swing big, but also hunting the ball might not be a bad play here. Field
Multiple
position.
choice.
A, 1996. B,
Go with the 6 this time.
C, 1993. D, 1998.
$1995.
That's correct.
Oh!
1 point.
Oh,
Inky and the Brain.
no, that's it right.
Signs of Life from I
Festival
and the
run,
Bee.
95.
Yes.
Oh,
was 1
she
year
done
off,
started
is
something.
my guess.
She
All
done
right.
started something.
All right.
Devin,
Question
stop
5,
touching the mic.
Question 5.
Please.
In what year was DiCaprio's J. Edgar film released?
A lot of good Halloween masquerie.
The same as the score.
Same as the score, yeah, exactly.
Makeup was
Over. We're going to get
not
an
the
answer
best.
shortly. In 5, 4, 3.
Devin's
choice.
staring us
All
down.
right. A, 2011. B, 2009. C, 2008. D, 2013. The options are on the field there.
I mean, you reduce the point value that can be stolen from you.
4.
But at this point, I think
3.
I and the B needs all the
2.
points.
2008.
Incorrect. A, 2011. B, 2009. C, 2008. D, 2013 for 1 point steal.
2011.
That's correct for 1 point steal.
All right. And Who's the Boss is doing a lot better in Inky and the Brain's category than Inky and the Brain. I don't know if it's the gas station sunglasses. I don't know if it's the managing or just a whole lot of study. But, Ken, one more chance here for Inky and the Brain to get some points and hopefully avoid a knockout and make it to round 3. What is their last question?
Final question in movie release dates. In what year was The Wolf of Wall Street?
Let me see if I got this one.
Go for it.
Sticking with DiCaprio.
Trying to think.
That's right.
2012?
Sandwich.
He's no Will Smith.
13.
4, 3, 2.
2016.
That's incorrect.
They're cracking under the pressure.
We're going to need an answer here in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right. And what year was The Wolf of Wall Street released?
Ben.
Strategy
Really?
used there. Controversial to some, but it's been used. It's legal. 5, 4, 3, 2.
2013.
That's correct for a 2 point steal.
All right, and so as it stands right now, Inky and the Brain.
I actually
would
saw
be
The Wolf of
knocked
Wall
out.
Street in
However,
the
this
theater.
is round number 2. Anything could happen because Who's Boss could get up there
like
in a category that they're not familiar with. Inky and the Brain.
Very
could get some
interesting
steals.
movie, to
Yes,
say the
I'm
least.
trying to
I
paint
did
as
enjoy
rosy
it, but it's a
picture
weird
as
one.
possible
Thank you.
on this match, but Mark Yodi
It's not
Rowley's
top 5
walking up there, and
specific
Ken,
for
he
me,
spins
but
a category that
it's
they know
good.
anything about, and this match could be over pretty quickly.
Any other category.
Absolutely. If they get Will Smith, and you steals are on the table here.
Will Smith is still on
Oh
the wheel.
my God! Look at that! Look at that!
Hey,
That's
a spin.
That is a spin.
That is a spin that only a Kryptonian
Does.
could
It
possibly.
sounds like a
Devon,
meat plant
what am
in
I wearing right
action,
now?
and
Oh.
that's Will Smith.
Take it.
Okay,
Are they going to take it? Are they going
Now,
to take it?
Who's the
That's
boss?
a risk.
Who's the boss? Not known for their lack of hubris.
excuse me,
Might want
yep.
to take Will Smith either because they like Will Smith movies, they know a lot about him, or just to put it in the face of Inky and the Brain.
He's a
Yeah, take it.
popular performer. A lot of people do know his stuff. Oh.
I mean,
Say if there's one category that
Dagnino
should
knows
not
Will
take
Miller
Smith.
Huggins is
so.
over there talking to him, and we're
Ben
gonna
knows
need
a
an
fair
answer.
amount of
We're
Will
going
Smith
to
as
need
well.
an
So is
answer.
Riley. Like they,
5.
I mean, hell,
Yeah,
we'll
Riley
keep it.
loves
Oh,
bad boys.
no! Look at this.
They're keeping it, and I don't know if it was Ben, if it was Mark, or it was Detroit.
You sure you don't mean
Tigers
Makuga?
Sparky Anderson, who gave them the
Right.
go-ahead, but they're going to take
Like, that's
Will
his
Smith
gospel.
movies.
I'm
Wow.
shaking.
All right.
All right, well, the
And
steal
I
is
think
lurking,
that
so Inky in the Brain,
they're
be
not
ready
good.
to
Yeah.
save your
Sorry,
skins and
Makuga.
get
I love
into
you. You're
round
awesome,
number
but-
3, but the first shot is going to be who's the boss in each and every one of these 6 questions. Your first one, in the world of Will Smith for 2 points. This actress played Will Smith's wife in the 1998 thriller Enemy of the State.
If only this had gone the other way earlier, that would have been.
That's right. This is going to put them
Let's just do
almost in knockout
We're
territory.
going to need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Regina King.
That's
2
Yeah.
points.
Y'all
I wanted to
do
say
it.
Regina Hall, but I'm like,
You know the
that's
answer.
not right.
He knows the answer.
All right. Your next question.
We like Will Smith too.
In the 2015 film Concussion, Will Smith plays Dr. Bennett Omalu.
That movie came out in
United States
2015?
Football City. Did he do the majority
I
of
thought it
his
came out later.
research?
No.
Yeah. This could be the second to last question.
This could be. This could be 5, 4, 3, 2.
Philadelphia.
Denver?
For a
2-point
huge
steal.
2-point steal. Inky in the Brain.
I feel like it's Denver.
Surprise, surprise.
Atlanta.
Conferring for the big steal, they get it.
right.
We are going to need an answer
This would
shortly.
be huge.
Baltimore?
Incorrect. Looking for Pittsburgh. Josh
Well-
McCoy. Josh McCoy.
Wow. I feel like a dick now.
Nah.
But Inky in the Brain still alive.
I should not have missed
Still
that.
alive.
No one talks about Pittsburgh.
All right. who's the
UPMC,
boss?
one of the
Next
best
question was
medical
Will
facilities in
Smith.
America.
Will Smith plays a man who writes letters to time, love, and death in this
Oh, what's the
Collateral
title?
Beauty.
2016 film.
Yeah.
Collateral Beauty.
2 more points.
What is it with the Schmoedown in
2
this
more
movie?
points, and we have officially arrived at that time.
What does
where
it take to knock out?
If Who's the Boss gets this next question right,
Yeah.
then they will have knocked out Inky in the Brain, and they will advance
Yeah.
to the next phase of the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament. Your last question for 2 points in the knockout. Will Smith produced this 2008 film, which starred Queen Latifah, Dakota Fanning, and Jennifer Hudson, and was based on the novel by Sue Monk Kidd. All down to this.
It's going to dig.
That's the
you
wrong
have to
year.
dig this answer here. You have to earn it.
That was 2009.
5,
Oh, what?
Three.
The name of this damn.
2.
Repeat the question.
Will Smith produced this 2008 film, which starred Queen Latifah, Dakota Fanning, and Jennifer Hudson, and was based on the novel by Sue Monk Kidd.
They're taking the time. That's smart strategy. They're taking the time.
They love Will Smith. They may be a little more jazzy Jeff.
Oh, I like what you did there.
I'm a big fan of Summertime.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Their last
Final one.
JTE rule. You know, they love the stage. They
They
love
do.
taking as much time of us as possible. Will Smith produced this 2008 film, which starred Queen Latifah, Dakota Fanning, and Jennifer Hudson, and was based on the novel by Sue Monk Kidd. Good thing our crew of engineers and you and I have nothing else to do today.
Yeah, I
but
have to go take
honor
a
each and every JTE rule
break
that is
here.
possible
Legal
to use.
union break.
I got nothing. Hound dog.
I feel like I've seen a trailer for this movie, and I just
2.
7 pounds.
That's
That is
incorrect for a
incorrect.
2-point steal.
For a 2-point steal.
Bessie?
That is also,
Also incorrect. Looking for the secret life of bees. Secret life of
Oh.
bees.
Oh.
Dakota Fanning instead of
And
Alicia
your
Keys.
winner, by way of knockout, who's the boss? The secret life of bees can mathematically, no way, Inky in the Brain.
Wow. That was, again, if it gone the
Tough-
other way,
Well-
gone the other way.
Tough match. We knew that Will Smith was going to be a factor.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
We just
he
didn't know it was
always
going
is.
to work out like this.
He always is in these games.
Yeah.
Inky the Brain. But I'll tell you what, Who's the Boss is a favorite in many people's minds for this tournament, the Ultimate Schmoedown Teams Tournament. And today, they might
Don't
have
you hate it when I'm right?
shown why. why people have love faith.
Well, look, I mean,
I'll have thoughts to say after the interviews.
Non-modesty by selecting Will Smith as their category, where they knew that was the strength of Inky in the brain. But it was something that Rachel and Devin hit in their pre-interview that I took note of, is that they were kind of considering Mark Riley. Could he be the weak link in Who's the Boss? And Mark Riley certainly
he was the MVP here
today, throwing a perfect round number 1, missing the bonus question, but still 8 for 8 to kick things off and really
got the bonus
get
question,
Who's the Boss on the right track, and then never look back.
Never count out legends like Mark Yodi Riley. They come to play. They know their reputation is on the line every time he's coming up.
Call to action.
Big loss. He wanted to prove something. And Ben Bateman, he's part of the 5 Horsemen there, but his attitude is crisp. It's a little prickly, and I got to say I kind of like that. It shows that he hasn't lost his edge, and he hasn't lost what got him to the dance in the first place. But we're not going to hear from us anymore about the match.
That's right. We are now going to toss it over to our own Jen Sturger, who's going to have an interview with both the winner and first the losing squad. That is Inky and the Brain. Jen, you have Devin and Rachel there. What's the mood like?
Definitely not a lot of smiles, Mark Ellis. I'll tell you that right now. Guys, you keep running into bad luck in all of these situations because to combine, you both have so much knowledge. Are you just running into categories you don't know? Is it like a lack of communication? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, bad luck. Let's just call it bad luck. I think I've proven.
We should have kept new releases.
Oh, I was just
next time.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Because honestly, I feel like I've been carrying all of this, and I'm so sick of being the one to take all of the points. No, you need to speak up. This is a team, like we're teammates. Like how are you not speaking up and voicing your opinion? I ask you all the time, and then we lose, and then you're like, oh, we did great. No, I did great. No, I'm pissed.
Yeah. So is it as a communication?
You're about to
issue?
get
Like,
what you want.
What have you guys what could you have done differently?
She was right. I should have spoke up. We should have kept new releases. I was confident. I felt like she watched more movies than me. But I have no excuses. I failed.
I do watch more movies than you, and I study, and I take this game seriously. And I thought you did too. I know we're out here to have fun, but like I'm here to win. And I think I've proven that.
Or a mic, for that matter.
I don't. You're right. Just let her have it. Let her have it. I
So-
deserve this beating.
So now this means your season is over.
Yeah.
Rachel, we know your thoughts. How are you feeling?
You know, I peed a little, but other than that, I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go to the bathroom on that one. Back to the desk.
Can you see the funny picture of a cat?
Oh, but that
Oh,
cat
we're
is
back.
playing
So
poker.
Inky and the Brain. Look, Ken,
that was-
seems to be a look.
That was as awkward as my divorce mediation on my second marriage.
I knew a
Not
marriage
every
joke
team
was coming.
has the chemistry of what we see currently with Who's the Boss, and so we've been talking a lot about this draft. We don't know a lot about the draft. More to come. Apparently, the chairman will have an announcement and some specifics about this draft next season in the teams division.
Take
at
Brian Bosworth.
the
Sure thing.
spectacular-
Sure
not
thing.
Quite that kind of draft, but Inky and the Brain. It looks like we've seen the last of them as teammates anyway. Now we toss it over to the winners. Who's the Boss? And Jen, I know that they are not done with their run as teammates.
Absolutely not, guys. Who's the Boss? You find yourself in very familiar territory. We saw you run the table last year at the tournament. How are you feeling after this?
I might have my pants up to my neck, but we're all business here. Look, also I'm channeling my 2009 Shia LaBeouf. But anyway, that being said, one down, a couple more to go. We're business here.
So next, you're either going to see Crimson Fury or you're going to see Loose Cannons. Do you have a preference to this? I know, Riley, you have some beef now with Stacey Howard, having been knocked out of the singles tournament by her. Is there a revenge plot here?
I mean, I'll take whatever team comes our way. Would it be nice to see Stacey on the other end and have some vengeance? Hell yeah, I would love that because I think she's streaky, and I think she got very lucky. I still played a hell of a game, had a bad roll, but here you saw what I can do. You know, going a perfect round and the extra. That's what we're doing here. We had this, yeah, El Perfecto, what he said.
You know, and we sat back and kept Will Smith. You know what? Maybe we're not that strong at that, but now we are.
Now we
so
are.
why not just go for that?
Yeah.
It wasn't to embarrass them by any means. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not that much.
Bateman, you've had an impressive run in singles this year. You had to be smiling a little bit, though, when they landed on movie releases.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I thought about just going to take a dump, but you know, I decided I'd be here and I'd.
A lot of
I'd
bathroom
get out
humor in these
for the
interviews.
win. Not that it would have mattered.
Apparently, it
But,
turned into
you know,
a
we're here to
Terrence and
win,
Phillip
Jen.
episode.
And I gotta say, as far as who we're excited
I'm
to play
not
next,
your buddy, guy.
Polyama's disrespectful
not
to the
your
game.
guy,
He's disrespectful
friend.
to veterans. He's a punk, you know.
I'm
And
not
Zipper
your
is a nothing
friend,
player.
buddy.
So I don't want anything to do with that team. I'd rather have some revenge against Stacey Howard for my teammate here. He deserves it. He's a great player.
Calling the
and
champ a
you know, we're all business
punk.
this year.
Interesting.
I don't really give a damn about anybody's attitude towards us. You know, we didn't play this year. This is our first time since Chicago. It's our first match. We won the tournament last year. So I don't really have anything else to say, honestly. I'm just excited for the next match.
So if you happen to, you know, find yourselves in the finals again, who do you want to face? Maybe see the odd couple again?
We already beat corruption, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Just whoever they put in front of us, the Schmoedown gods, that is, whoever determines in that final, we'll take them. Because what he said, we beat corruption, and they have the belts. So we can beat them again and take
Yeah,
that
this is
right from
definitely
them, and I
take a
can't
while
wait for
ago.
that.
That's PNS, plain and simple.
Sure, I knew what that meant. Back to you guys.
All right, well, everybody walking away from Jen Sturger. So I guess, Ken, I do have to ask you, as you have something to do with corruption, and I want to get your take on this Loose Cannons versus Crimson Fury match. Any thoughts from you?
I am more afraid of Tom Dagnino's Beltline winning a shuffleboard tournament on a cruise ship than them taking the titles from us the next time we meet. We are a very focused team, and no one is as more prepared as Kalinowski, and I think that's all
This
I need
is
to say
so
about it.
dated.
All right,
love
well,
it.
all I need to say is that Who's the Boss won today. They won in knockout fashion against Inky and the Brain, and that's going to do it for us for today. They will play the winner, like I said, of Loose Cannons versus Crimson Fury, and until then, we'll see you real soon around the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Make sure you check us out on podcast form wherever you enjoy listening to stuff. That is Ken Knapsack. I am Mark L. See you at live events, theschmoedownlive.com. Do you like how I almost end it, but then I throw it to another plug? Is there anything else I can do? Nope. Bye.
Okay, so now that we've kind of done the math as to like when everything was taped, I think I know what happened here. I think the Stacey Howard loss in the singles tournament was the final straw, not just for Mark Riley, but for the Horsemen as a whole, where they realized, okay, we need to get our shit back on track because we're looking like chumps right now. And then something just woke up in them. Like Roca had that run all the way to the semis. Ben made it all the way to the finals. Again, nearly on death's door. The Founding Fathers now have the team's titles. And here and I guess this is like the first sign of the aftermath of that meeting, of that group powwow. That, at least in terms of chronological taping. Yeah. But in terms of airing, like this is sort of just like this is just furthering the storyline that the Horsemen are back on track, whereas in real life it was sort of the start of them getting back on track. But you get the idea. You get the idea, and I like what I'm seeing from them. I'm very glad because you know I'll admit it. I was one of those guys who was counting them out mainly because I was rooting for the new stars to get some momentum and show like the league is changing because I embrace the change, but. I won't lie, it's nice to see the old dogs still hanging in there and still fighting the good fight. And you know, the Horsemen, they were the ones being counted out the most, and now they're somehow back on top. And I'm happy for it. So now they move on to play either our good friend Paulo Yama and Eric Zipper from the dungeon, the Loose Cannons, or your upset pick for the tournament, Crimson Fury, Tim Franco, and Mark Riley's nemesis right now, Stacey Howard. That's going to be an interesting match, depending on who wins and who will play Who's the Boss in round 2. But yeah, a lot of interesting things happening in this tournament so far, and we're only 2 matches in.
Yeah, and okay. Just from a critical perspective here now, as you guys might have seen in our reaction yesterday, Case kind of let
Only Stupid Answers.
Only Stupid Answers have it. You know, which and I disagreed with him in the sense of no, I don't think this should be split up, but I think it should be repurposed. And I think if Inky and the Brain is to actually continue as a team, then that's how they have to be moving forward. Because I'm sorry to say it, as long as Devon is Rachel's partner, they'll never be anything more than an okay mid-tier team.
And considering this is their third loss out of 4 matches, I think someone backstage realized that too, and hence why we got this promo that we got in the post-match. Like, we're seeing the dissension between them now. We're seeing the frustrations, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some vignettes of managers saying, hey, Rachel, I want to recruit you, but we're not taking Devon with you. And I expect her to be perfectly fine in those vignettes with that decision, because it's been teased in the Facebook groups for the longest time that Kaiser wants to bring in Silvestrini. And Devon was kind of the outlier. But now if we're seeing dissension in the ranks, and obviously their record isn't going to keep them safe as a team in terms of the draft,
No.
then they're going to, Rachel's going to get drafted probably, I'd say maybe 5th pick,
I say
if not a little bit lower, but still
4th, 5th round, something like that.
Yeah. Devon, they might keep him for moral support in terms of like a round 9 or 10 pick, or he might be the 10th manager. I don't know, unless the corruption split up with Shannon and Ken and Grace.
Maybe
that's another theory, but a lot of questions.
Because see, in an ideal situation, this is how I would personally go about it. They break up as a team, but Devon goes to manage. And let's say he wants to bring Jack in with him to also manage. Okay, cool. Just that way we can have that sort of Kingsman fun vibe again, because, I like them as talkers, but, man, they were not good competitors. I mean, I could have beaten them both in a handicap match. 2-on-1. Sorry. But, do that. And then his first 2 picks, like I said, Rachel, Haley. Everyone loves them. It's, unfortunately, the other half of their respective teams that people just aren't necessarily on board with anymore. So let's get the people that we like, put them together, because they could be a good team, possibly even a title contender team, and let's just make it happen. So that's kind of where I'm at with this match. And also, it's okay. I'm about to say something really stupid here, so just bear with me on this one.
Oh dear.
I find it a little bit, a little frustrating from a selfish perspective that these first 2 matches have ended in just total obliteration. Like, only Stupid Answers couldn't have put up a fight if they tried, when Odd Couple completely, I mean, hell, they mathematically were not even able to go to their round 2 because they just struggled that bad in round 1. And Inky and the Brain, look, they tried, but they got a bad category in round 2, and they just got smoked. That happens. And to me, it's kind of a bad sign for what's going to happen on Friday. I can tell.
I mean, you got to look at what we're looking at right now. Like, yesterday, it was the number 1 seed versus the number 16 seed. Today, it was the number 2 seed versus the number 15 seed. So, like, yeah, we're going to see a little bit of we're going to see some lopsiding with these matches early on, and then things are going to start to get more even as we progress through the tournament. But yeah, this also explains why I think only the top 5 teams are going to be safe in the draft in terms of rankings, because like some of these pairings, they could use some tweaking, and they're going to put it to the 10 managers who are drafting these players to make for better pairings in terms of season 7 for the 2020 year. So there's a lot of questions to be answered, and those won't be answered for at least 2 more months. Some of them will be answered as soon as Friday. Some of them will be answered as soon as next week. It all depends on what questions you're asking.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, like, And yes, I do realize that, that the higher seeded teams are what they are. But Nico, let's also keep something in mind. We were the number 8 seed out of an 8-team tournament. And what did we do?
We won.
Yeah, we took the whole damn thing. So I was kind of hoping for just at least a little bit more of a fight than from Inky in the Brain, from Only Stupid Answers. What I'm hoping the Scream Queens can do, because I don't want to count them out, but they're also on a 2-loss streak. And it's Time Machine. I'm sorry, Janine is damn great. Ethan, former champion. It's just, yeah.
And here's the last thing I'll say before we go to plugs. And we see it all the time in regular sports. Some teams just have bad years. Like, I'm a Pittsburgher. Steelers, they've been playing more cold than they have been playing hot this year. But who's to say that in 2020 they won't have a better season? And, whether or not they have a better season is sometimes dependent on which players they draft, which players they send away to a different team, team morale among the players, things like that. And, the teams that have like one really strong player and one really weak player, they're not going to last very long. The teams in which, even if the players are really good, that doesn't mean they're good together. Like, personalities can clash. Those teams might also not do very well. Like, Ben and Riley, they were sort of the outlier. They found their groove together over time and became the bosses, pun unintended, that they are today. And so, like, certain chips are going to be dealt for certain players next season, and it's a matter of how do those players react to those hands they're dealt. We'll see. We'll see. And we'll see in terms of the tournament as well who's going to advance. We both think Time Machine is going to advance on Friday. Again, love Haley. And I enjoy the Scream Queens. It's just, yeah, one player is really stronger than the other, and it shows. Whereas Time Machine is a very strong team among both players. And, yeah. But I think we've said enough in regards to what we've seen today. Guys, click the like button, subscribe to Dedicated to Art, comment below, share with as many people as you can so we can help grow this channel, especially in 2020 where we have a lot of cool things coming up. Chris, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page, join our Facebook group so you stay up to date with everything going on. And it's funny that Mark Riley was on this reaction because this Friday on the Who Cares Anime podcast, hosted by me, we will be sitting down with Mark Yodi Riley, the former 2-time champion, to talk about all things writing, movies, and Schmoedown, and it's going to be a great time. So we hope you guys tune in for that.
And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random meaningless numbers at the end on Discord. I still promise Instagram, Snapchat, and LinkedIn coming soon. You can find me on Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling. The number 2, there is no letter G. I am sometimes on TMG Entertainment, where I'm the Chokeslam Wrestling Debate Champion of the world. And of course, you can find me right here on Dedicated to Art and all the places Chris just said. And hashtag Trivia for Thon 2 coming up soon. I've shown Chris the card. There's going to be a lot of matches, and I look forward to revealing them to you very soon as I have the time to make a video about it. So stay tuned for that. But guys, this has been our Schmoedown reaction for today. We'll see you all next time later this week. But until then, take care.
Yeah! Well,